Good evening to all and welcome to the session 200 Grammar Rules. Let us start with Test Your English. Here you have about 10 sentences. First, you have a look at the sentences and try to spot the errors. After that, I will tell you what is right, what is wrong. The very first one, he don't know how to drive a car. If there's an error, I'll make the correction, but the reason I will tell you when we go to the rules. She come here to learn classical music. There's an error here. They doesn't play well. There's an error here also. Do he read? Here we have to say read. Does he read? There's an error here. They bought flowers every Friday. We have an error here. He often gave us useful information. All these sentences are wrong. Why are they wrong? You'll come to know after some time. Does we have enough time to go there? Big cats like lion, tiger, leopard, etc. were predators. He bring interesting stuff whenever he comes. Don't spend your time on that. It don't work. Nothing wrong with the first one, but here it don't work. I have brought 10 sentences. All the 10 sentences are wrong based on grammar rules that go with core grammar. If you remember, today we'll start with rule number 13. But if you remember, so far I have done 112 rules. All these 112 rules go with the first part of English grammar. What is that first part? The topics that depend on words. In English, we have 8 lakh words. All the 8 lakh words are nothing but 8 parts of speech except a, and the. They are known as articles. The first group, parts of speech, articles, helping verbs. Based on these three, I have given you 112 rules. Now on, I'll be giving rules that go with core grammar. You may ask, sir, what is core grammar? Core grammar, we have the most important topics like tenses, question tags, conditionals, voice, speech, and types of sentences. And the last one is conquered. Today, you are going to learn some important rules that go with tenses. To tell in brief, here you have to learn the concepts first. I'm sure all of you have learned tenses. I'll be focusing only on rules with the assumption you know all these tenses, the basics of tenses, and I'm going to touch the rules. Let us start with, and in English, we have 12 tenses. Six are known as basic or simple tenses, six are known as perfect tenses. We'll start with present, then present continuous, past, past continuous, future, future continuous. Let us go to 113, rule number 113. It is based on present tense, an important rule. If the subject is third person singular, that is he, she, and it, we should add s or es to the verb. To the verb, and this rule goes with affirmative form. If you take types of sentences, we have three types of sentences. Basic classification. Affirmative means a statement. I teach English every day. Statement, affirmative. Interrogative means question. Do I teach English every day? Question. Third, negative, opposite of a statement. What is opposite of I teach English every day? I don't teach English every day. Based on that, this rule goes with affirmative form. It means it doesn't go with interrogative form, it doesn't go with negative form. Only affirmative form if the subject is third person singular. What is third person singular? He, she, it. If the subject is third person singular, sentence is in present tense, affirmative form, we should add s or es to the verb. Look at the examples. What is the subject here? Third person singular, he. What is the verb play? Because it is in affirmative form, we should add s or es to the verb. Here, s has been added. He plays cricket every Sunday. She. Some verbs take s, some verbs take es. She teach plus es. She teaches. She also third person singular. French every morning. He often goes there. He third person singular go takes es. He often goes there. Here everything looks very simple because My intention is to teach you the rules, and the objective is you have to grasp the rules. Imagine I bring lengthy sentences at this stage, unfamiliar context. You won't be able to get the rule. Here, our objective is to learn the rule. Then, simple sentences, familiar examples, you can easily grasp the rule. Very clear, very simple. But don't expect the same in the exam. In the exam, they may not give short sentences. Once they would give before 2017. Now, lengthy sentences, unfamiliar context. But do remember the same rule holds good. If you are good at rules, whatever the context, whatever the length of the sentence, you will be able to spot the error. Rule number 114, based on present tense. If the subject is third person singular, he, she, and it, we should use a helping verb does. And if the subject is any other pronoun, in English, to remember in a systematic way, we have three types of personal pronouns: first person, second person, third person. Each one has two forms: first person singular, first person plural. First person singular is I, first person plural we, second person singular and plural you, third person singular he, she, it, third person plural they. Here, if the subject is third person singular, that means he, she, and it, we should use a helping verb does. If the subject is any other pronoun, what are the other pronouns? I, we, you, and they. Other pronouns we should use do, the helping verb do. But this rule goes with interrogative and negative forms. This is not applicable when it comes to affirmative form, and first rule goes only with affirmative form. This rule goes only with interrogative and negative forms. Look at the example. Here, what is the subject? She, third person singular. Then we have to use a helping verb does. Does she like tennis? If I'm talking to you, I will say, do you like tennis? You. We have to use do. Do you like tennis? Does he like tennis? Does she like tennis? She does not. This is the interrogative form, negative form. She likes tennis. What is opposite? She doesn't like tennis. This is important because it goes with common errors. A lot of language learners say they don't they don't make a mistake other pronouns, but third person singular they tend to say he don't know how to speak English. Right or wrong? It is wrong. He doesn't know how to speak. He doesn't know how to swim. We have to use doesn't. Here it's a simple example, but in the exam they may give a lengthy sentence, unfamiliar context. But do remember the rule holds good. Same rule. You should always look at the subject. Subject third person singular, sentence is in interrogative and negative forms. We should use a helping verb does. That it does not change. Do they? Here, what is the subject? Third person plural. Do they? We cannot say does. Do they learn well? Do they learn well? Negative. They don't learn well. Do not. But do remember, they don't ask, they don't touch the other pronouns. They always touch third person singular. Here I may use a pronouns, but in the exam, they may use a noun. When they use a noun in the exam, you have to change it to a pronoun. For example, the new girl, the new girl does does the new girl like English? Here, the new girl, change it to a pronoun she. Does she like English? Does the new girl like English? Does it work? Does the new policy work? It is a pronoun. The new policy, a noun. You got to convert that noun phrase into a pronoun, then you can easily spot the error. In the exam, they may not give simple words like he, she, or they. In place of she, they may use the subject as a phrase, noun phrase. Then you have to change it to a pronoun, you will get third person singular. Then this rule is applicable. When it comes to rule number 115, when it comes to tenses, there are two things which are very important from the exam point of view. One, rules, obviously, but the second dimension, uses. I usually tell students when you want to learn tenses, there's a particular approach. What is that approach? Any tense, you have to learn the sentence pattern, the rules, and uses. Why are uses important? In the exam, they ask questions based on the uses. In a way, they are like rules. And that's the reason why I have brought here rule number 115. Though it is based on uses, in a way, it is a rule. We use present tense. What is the use of present tense? To express habitual actions. Many people think habitual actions means everyday actions. Need not be everyday actions, repeated actions. Every day, every week, every month, once a week, once a month. We should use present tense with adverbs of time like every day, every morning, regularly, often, repeatedly, once a week, once in 10 days. This is like the rule part. This is like what the rule part in the sense that time phrases. When I teach tenses, I tell students when you learn tenses, you have to focus on two things. One, the sentence pattern, obviously the foundation, rules, and the third one, rules and uses, one group. Sentence pattern. Any tense, when you take the sentence pattern, two things are very important. One, the verb form. Based on the tense, the verb form changes. And the second one, the time phrases, because these time phrases go with present tense. How does it help, you may ask? Imagine in the exam, they give a question like, he read the Hindu every morning. Then it is wrong because you see the time phrase every morning. Every morning goes with present tense. Then we cannot use the verb in the past form. We have to use, they may give in the exam, he read the Hindu paper every morning. That is wrong. What is the correct one? He reads the Hindu paper every morning. And I tell students when it comes to these time phrases, these are tense specific. That means these go with present tense and act as a clue for you to spot the error. I also tell students whenever you read a sentence with the intention of spotting the error, always look for the time phrase. Once you see the time phrase, you can tell yourself which tense the sentence has to be in. Then cross check the verb form, you will be able to spot the error. But a word of caution, sometimes based on the context, the time phrases may change. Context is always important. But generally speaking, one sentence, one idea, you see a time phrase like every day, every morning, regularly. Do remember we have to use present tense. The verb should be in the present form. He reads the Hindu every morning. She goes to church every Friday. They play in that park once a week. And once a week is an important phrase. People make a mistake. They tend to say once in a week. You should not use the preposition in. Once a month, once a week. But common error, once in a week. If you mention the number of days, you can mention the preposition in. For example, once in 2 days, once in 10 days. That is nothing wrong with that. But week, month, year, once a week, once a month, once a year. These are very important. Coming to the next rule, rule number 116 goes with present tense. To express universal truths or facts, we should use present tense. Any universal truth or fact, we should use present tense. In a way, that is a rule. Many exams have given the sun rose in the east every morning. That is wrong. Because it's a fact, universal truth, we should use present tense. Then what is the correct sentence? The sun rises in the east every morning. Universal truths or facts, we should use present tense. The sun sets in the west. The sun rises in the east, sets in the west. This is a fact. But here we have another pattern. If you take these three examples, listen very carefully. He is a student. If I ask you, who is that boy? Imagine. He is a student. That's a fact. I have two brothers. That's a fact. It is a pen. That's a fact. Here we have another pattern. What is that pattern? Subject plus helping verb. Don't consider the article. I'll write and I'll put it in brackets. Plus noun or adjective. This is another pattern. In English, if you take present tense and past tense, any tense has only one sentence pattern, but English has rules, English has exceptions. Two tenses, they have two patterns, present tense and past tense. Main pattern, the other pattern. If you take the sentence pattern of present tense, main pattern, subject, verb, present form, object, time. But what is this pattern? Subject plus helping verb, helping verb, helping verb, plus article, and noun or adjective. Here, he is a student, noun. I have two brothers, noun. It is a pen, noun. But if I say she is intelligent, she is intelligent, intelligent is an adjective. We can use noun or adjective. This pattern is also equally important. And many a time they've given a question like, the sun rose in the east every morning. No, the sun rises in the east every morning. And if you take a science textbook, what is science? Science is nothing but facts and figures. You come across present tense invariably. Let us go to the next one. That is the last one. All these go with rules related to present tense, rules and uses. And do remember, whatever rules I teach from today, all these rules are based on core grammar topics. For all the core grammar topics, we have 7 topics. How many? 7. All the 7 are very important from competitive exams point of view. For all the 7 topics, the first topic is a foundation. What is the first topic? Tenses. I always tell students, tenses are the key to English grammar. Tenses are the key to English language. If you master tenses, you can master English grammar. If you master tenses, you can master English language. And learn tenses or concepts, learn these rules, then you're ready for the exam. That's all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.